Hi, this is Traxx Momentum on Traxx FM. Good afternoon and welcome to our next segment over here. We're talking to a lovely lady in the studios over here. She's a senior trichologist, not just a trichologist, a name that sounds like she's a scientist from NASA, perhaps, you know, but there you go. Senior trichologist for Svenson Hair Care, and her name is Miss Kim Fong. Hi, Kim. Welcome to the studios of Traxx. It's nice to have you with us.
Hi, Nigel. Thank you for having me here today.
And how are you feeling this afternoon?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. Oh, you were saying something about the guardhouse, and you were surrounded by all the policemen over there. Was that quite a trying situation over there?
Well, they were asking if I was a celebrity or something. But it was good. It was good. They gave me a pass that I could, go through every room in this building. Yeah.
Are you sure? Every single room? Wow, I don't get that.
Except it says Pangara.
That's lovely. Okay, so we're talking about hair care today.
Yeah.
Are Malaysians in general, are they very much into hair care? Are they concerned about their hair? Are they aware of the things that are going on with their hair?
Well, I think generally Malaysians are pretty much into like taking care of themselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially when it comes to face, body, and hair.
Yes.
It's just that hair is a very big market. It's like sometimes even if you have dandruff, you wouldn't know like how bad is your dandruff,
right.
Or if I have oily scalp, I mean, would it lead to like hair problems? And what should I do? Should I just use shampoos or should I go to professionals? So these are probably those questions that a lot of Malaysians have, and they have really no clue sometimes where they should go, or should they just buy a product like off the rack and would that be enough? And it could also sometimes be underlying problems, like some of us, we could have like genetic problems, and this could actually lead to eventual hair loss.
That's right.
Yeah.
And a lot of us, there are a lot of misleading products as well out there who, promise all kinds of things and then don't do it.
Yeah,
and we won't be aware of the ingredients inside, and especially if we're not aware. So we need to get advice from the people who really know about hair care, and you've been around for a very long time, right? And how long has long been?
Too long.
Too long.
Yeah, I've been with the company for over 15 years.
Over 15 years you've been there already. You've got great hair, I'll tell you that much. And that's, of course, something you get every day, I bet. Do you get that all the time?
Yes, somehow, yeah.
Does everybody who works at Svenson have hair?
Yes, we do. Definitely.
If you have somebody who doesn't have hair, but applies for a job over there, would you give him the job?
Yeah, because we have a different method.
Yes.
Yeah, whereby we actually do like add hair technology.
So you're going to have somebody who wants to work for you with no hair, and then by the time he finishes working there for a little bit, he's going to have hair.
Yeah, in fact, by the time he joins us, he's going to have hair immediately.
Fantastic. I want to join you.
Yeah, come on. Come on board.
Okay, so let's start with some questions over here. Not many of us understand how scalp problems can lead to hair loss. Now, tell us about that and explain to a lot of people listening in right now. I bet you they're all glued to their radios right now.
Yeah, because as I was saying earlier, because at times like a lot of us, we have like oily scalp, and even in cases like after postnatal, for example, because some women, they may feel that, okay, it's a normal thing that you may start to lose hair like after like 6 months of childbirth, and they may think that it's alright, like even after like 9 months, a year.
That's pretty long already, right?
Yeah, because it's kind of like a accepted taboo that you're going to lose hair like after childbirth. So they may not think it's necessary, but then again, also, which I mentioned earlier, there may be an underlying problem. And also these days, if you look at mothers who are working, I mean, their lifestyle is totally different.
Right.
And so this may also be because of the contribution of stress. So if, let's say, after about a year to a year and a half, and if your hair does not grow back, and that's when I think most of these mothers, they will probably need to seek professional help, or at least try to see what they could do to start to improve on their scalp and hair. And even like generally in like cases of dandruff, and a lot of us, we may have like certain flakes, and some of us, if we wear black, you can see on your shoulders. And even dandruff, there are like different types of dandruff, or
different types of dandruff. That's a new one. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
We do. Like you have like dry dandruff, and even like cases of psoriasis. So psoriasis on the scalp could actually be one of the most difficult cases to treat, even for trichologists. Yeah, because sometimes with the hard scale that you have on your scalp, so what happens is that when you remove it, it actually pulls out the hair at the same time. So it may cause you like patches loss.
Oh, so if you have that on your head and it's like red and stuff like that, perhaps that could be the problem, yeah?
And because in most cases, a lot of people in the public, they may not know like where they should go. Should they just go and see like a skin doctor, or should they just buy something off the rack?
That's right.
Or should they just leave it and would the hair grow back? So I think in a way it's important to actually look for someone who you know who's professional, who may be able to advise, or to use which shampoo, even as simple as that.
Yes.
Yeah, so that actually would help.
Right. So you've heard of a lot of, myths and a lot of kinds of treatments for hairs, perhaps that people might have thought would work, and then
like ginger.
Like ginger, yeah. Is that one of them? Okay, for a lady who's just given birth and she loses her hair, since you were mentioning that just now, right?
Yeah.
What are some of the worst things they can actually do, which they think might bring their hair back, but it's not going to do that?
Well, I think like in Malaysia, I think a lot of ladies after childbirth, they actually consume lots of ginger. But I'm not sure if they really rub it on the scalp. But I have heard, like
that's
you said, like some men, they even rub ginger on their scalp, thinking that it will start to stimulate because it's supposed to be a stimulant. But then again, because rubbing ginger, it may cause like some harshness on your scalp, so it may actually have a different effect altogether.
So whatever hair you had there that had a chance of growing might not even grow after that.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, so it could be a different effect after all. Yes.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you about my father.
What did he do?
When I was a little boy growing up, my dad used to sit on his chair, and he loved to sit on a rocking chair. And I don't know if he still has it. I hope he's not listening in now. Dad, turn the radio off. But he used to put steaks on his head, so he'll get a piece of meat and he'll actually
like raw steak,
a completely raw steak.
Wow!
And he'd put this raw steak on his head. That's not the problem. The problem is at dinner we had steak.
Really?
So which one of us ate the steak that was on his head? That was not the good news.
Wow, this is the first I've heard of this.
See,
like a piece of steak. But did he explain why he was doing that?
Well, apparently someone told him that it's going to stimulate the regrowth of hair and stuff like that.
Why? Because it's high in protein?
I don't know. So he put a steak on his head. He tried that. It didn't work. And then later on he tried rubbing some alcohol onto it.
Whiskey, maybe.
And that didn't work either, But we're glad because whiskey evaporates, so we don't have to drink that. Anyway, but okay, back to over here. Things that really do work for us. What should we be looking at?
Okay, actually, especially in Malaysia or in Asia in general, with our climate, which is, of course, it's humid, and the moment you step out of the door, you start to sweat. So the most important thing, I would say that is to keep your scalp very healthy, very clean. Shampoo it, wash it every day.
Yes.
If you can, in fact, like for some cases where you find that you have very oily scalp condition, you could even wash your scalp like up to 2 times a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. It's just like any parts of our body, or like for our face, for instance, you wash your face every day, like twice a day, 3 times.
Right.
So our scalp is actually covered with hair. Yeah, so when you walk out, there's sweat, the oil. So all this will accumulate, and if you don't clean it enough, it starts to breed bacteria, and that's how you have the itch, and all this problem is going to start to set in. So
do we run the risk of over shampooing our hair?
No, it doesn't. It's like, as I was saying, it's like our face, So you're just cleaning off the outer layer of the oil, because our oil gland is actually on the inner layer of our skin.
Right.
Yeah, the oil gland is actually inside. So even if you wash the surface, the oil is still being produced. So you're not going to like overdoing anything at all.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other thing, like ladies, especially ladies, use a lot of products on their hair and stuff when they go to bed at night. Should they actually go shampoo your hair? But it will be a problem, right? You go shampoo your hair and it takes a long time to dry, and
That's true.
and then when you want to go to bed, so a lot of ladies go to bed with whatever they left on their head.
Yes.
And is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, that's a very good question, actually, Nigel, because a lot of ladies, clients of mine, have asked the same question, because it's actually not easy, especially when you come back from work at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Then when you wash your hair and it's bedtime and you're tired, and especially if you have long hair, so it'd be difficult to dry it.
Yeah.
So what you could do, you can still go to bed with, unwashed hair, but make sure the first thing in the morning when you wake up, do a 2-time wash, like shampoo 1 round, and then rinse it off, and then shampoo for a second time, just to make sure that you clear all residues before you start putting on products again, because usually you would do that in the morning, like hairsprays, like wax, and any styling products.
That's right.
Yeah, so make sure you clean it first before you start to top up again.
That's right. So bottom line, I think at the end of all this, the bottom line is that you got to be using products that are actually made for hair and meant to be used on hair.
Yes, true.
And there are some products out there that could be used to wash your car as well, but you don't know, and they call it shampoo afterwards. Yeah, it's just like part 1, part 2, part 3, and they turn it into shampoo.
Yes,
how is Svenson different from all these other products?
Okay, basically in Svenson we have like different range. Like all our range is like we have specific range, like which is for dandruff. So that's why it's important when a client comes through to any of our outlets, we have a in-house trichologist, and that's when we carry out like scalp analysis. And even before that, we will go through a list of questionnaires, because we need to understand the lifestyle of the clients, like background of even like age plays an important role, like stress level, like background medical history. So then once we have done the analysis, then we would know like what sort of treatment so that we can customize. And as you were asking, like for products, for instance, if let's say a client has got like oily scalp but dry hair, for instance. So
oily scalp with dry hair, okay.
So what are you going to do? Because a lot of women especially, they have this problem. So my scalp is oily, but when I wash, then with oil control shampoo, then my hair becomes really dry and frizzy. So then we have specific products, and even like for dandruff, there are different types of dandruff, as I've mentioned before. So we have like dandruff specifically for dermatitis condition. Yeah, we have our shampoo for, let's say, psoriasis condition. We have shampoo even like for just, I don't know, in some cases, like there's some clients which is after certain medical condition, or sensitive scalp, for instance. So we have different range. So that's how I think we are different, like if you compare to like just something that's off the rack. You're
very nice. You're not putting any other product down, and you're being very, very nice about that. But people should also be worried about maybe ingredients in some of the product that might not be good for hair. If there is,
I knew this question was going to come.
Yes. What ingredients should they be looking out for, if at all they print it big enough for the eyes to see?
Right.
What ingredients should they be looking out for and not wanting to get that product?
Yeah, because consumer these days are very clever, very smart. They do all sorts of research, and I think there are people who probably wants to go for something that's paraben free, for instance. Paraben free.
Paraben.
Yeah, paraben is actually a inexpensive preservative, where it's used in a lot of products, so that it actually sort of lengthens the lifespan of the product. So I think it is also mentioned, I think there's a lot of write-ups saying that this may cause like cancer, this is something that may not be good for the skin eventually.
Yes.
But you could go for it. I'm sure a lot of consumers, they don't mind paying a higher price, but generally for those who do not want to spend or do not have that sort of budget to spend, it's alright to just use something that is just normal for normal hair or normal scalp, because after all, if you're going to be washing your hair every day, you're going to be washing it, like let's say for instance twice a day, or even 2 rounds in every shampoo, you're able to clean it properly.
Nice.
So it's alright.
Okay. Wow. Miss Kim Fong over here, senior trichologist. You called it trichologist. I call it trichologist. Tomato.
Yes, you're right.
Miss Kim Fong over here from Svenson talking to us this morning. We'll be back with her right after this next song over here, and we'll get to steal some more secrets from her in a bit, yeah? Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Traxx Momentum on Traxx FM. Our guest in the studios this afternoon is Miss Kim Fong, senior trichologist, Svenson hair care expert is what she is over here, and we're talking about hair care this afternoon. So it concerns everybody, not just the balding man out there, not just the men with nice hair already, and not just the ladies who might be losing hair. It's for everybody. And it's good to have you here, Kim, once again. Now, we stopped at talking about, what were we talking about before we stopped?
I think it was more on retail products.
Retail and all kinds of stuff.
Were used,
That's right. So anyway, for the normal consumer, for the consumer out there, and male pattern baldness, right? Well, explain a little bit about male pattern baldness first.
I guess for a lot of men, they do not really understand how or when it actually starts. And in some cases, of course, if you get your genes from both parents, so the influence is more dominant. So you may actually start to lose hair at an earlier age. Like in some cases for men, they could start to go bald like after puberty. It may happen like any intervals of your life, but if it happens after puberty, you may start going bald like at the age of 25. Yeah, so I mean, when you see that, you know, like at the frontal, there's a bit of receding at the temple area, like there's thinning on the top area. So I think it's time that probably it's important to actually, you know, seek some help or at least get some advice and start taking precaution methods to improve on the scalp condition. Yeah, so it's actually important to actually pay attention. Yeah, especially if you know if your dad is bald. Yeah, for example, or you know your mom has got very fine hair, very scanty hair. Yeah, because it's
all over the house.
It's all over the house, yeah. Usually it affects area which is just at the frontal and the top. That's why you see for any bald man, who is totally bald, they will not affect the hair at the side nor the back. Yeah, so it's important to actually have a balance. Yeah, so try to actually seek help if you know that you see more hair on the strainers. When you wake up, you see that there are more strands of hair on your pillows.
That
on your
stresses
comb.
a guy out. I tell you, it completely stresses them out. Yeah,
I'm sure it does. Yeah, or even when you style your hair, when you comb your hair. I mean, these days if you don't use a comb and you use your fingers, so you may see there are a few strands that's like pull out. more than usual. So I think it's time to actually probably, look for a trichologist if possible. Or at least, do some research online, see what you could do and where you could go.
But always better to take care of your hair earlier, right? That means when you have that full head of hair.
Yes, of course.
Just look after that full head first. That would be a lot better, isn't it?
Proper washing.
Yes, that's right. So they should be starting young if they notice signs. Normally you get your people coming in. Of course, they could be any age. There could be cases of maybe somebody at 16, 17. You never know. We
do actually. We have parents that bring in their kids like at 12 even. Yeah, because kids these days, in a way they're more privileged. So they have more things on their plate. Like they have tuitions, they have extra classes. They have like different lifestyles. So piano lessons, ballet lessons.
Wow, stress at such an early, and there's a lot to do to stress and lifestyle.
Yes, definitely. Because I even have a case where a young boy who came in with the dad. The dad has no clue why the son is losing hair in patches. And he brought the son in, and he was then 10 years old. And then we realized first we went through like a whole consultation, and the boy wasn't really willing to speak. But then again, like through some answers that he gave, we realized that he was actually pulling his hair because he was so stressed.
Ouch.
He hated his tuition and he has no time for his friends. So that's a condition called trichotillomania. Where once you're under stress, you just start. It can happen actually at any age to anyone.
Well, it's sad that it does because of stress and for a kid that young.
So you have to treat early. It's like if you start pulling it further, it may actually lead to even total loss, and it could also be a permanent loss.
Right.
So it was good that the dad realized something was not right and he didn't know what to do, and so he came to us and his hair actually grew back.
Wow.
So
what about women and curlers and women and ponytails and when they tie their hair and stuff? I've read somewhere before that it actually does affect your hair, especially if you have hair loss problems and you tie your hair.
Very good question, Nigel. Yes, it does. It's just like if you look at like professional ballerinas, if you look at them carefully at the frontal, they actually have what we call traction hair loss because they tie their hair really tight. So for those mothers out there who have like young girls, and of course in school sometimes they have restrictions, you have to tie hair. Try not to pull too tight. Just tie it roughly, lightly. Because otherwise if you pull it for too long, yes, it does cause traction hair loss. Which means permanent hair loss eventually.
That's right. Okay, back through your 4 strands that you have, and combing it left or right.
I
It's
know.
not going to help you.
I don't think it happens in this century, though.
It does. It does.
It still does, really. You have to take off your cap, then, Nigel.
You have to,
remove it.
Nigel's got his head shaved completely, but that's what guys should do. If you have 3 or 4 strands, I think you should shave your head completely. It'll give it the Brad Pitt.
No, don't go to that stage. Don't even go to that 3-4 strands.
Treat it before that time
exactly.
comes.
Treat it. Prevention is always better than cure.
Right.
Do something about it, and because these days there are like so many things available, so many places, and even professionals like ourselves,
That's right.
So you can just walk in if you're interested, like to a trichologist center, and ask for professional help.
Well, maybe guys listening in might be thinking like, I'm too far gone. Like, my head is completely empty. I've got nothing up there and stuff. I've seen some on YouTube. You see some of these products where they come with a special kind of like a spongy thing and they rub the head and then it looks like you've got hair all over again. There was one that's circulating recently. But, that's no substitute for having your hair really back there and growing properly, right?
And have you tried it? Because
no,
you seem so excited talking about this.
For me, I just love the idea of just shaving that completely,
Right. But you look good though.
Thank you so much. But this little thing over there, it's no excuse for not taking care of your hair.
No,
right?
no excuse at all.
And people should be doing that.
Yeah, because there's so many things available these days. I mean, it's so easy. And like I say, actually consumers are like so smart. I mean, they know, especially if even cases like if you look at your dad, like your father is bald, your granddad was bald, and mother's side, So this is probably coming. And for men, as I've also mentioned, like it can happen at any intervals of your life.
That's right.
Yeah, so if you're able to treat it, if you're able to control it, why not do
That's
something?
Right. But it sounds kind of scary because, all the things that you talk about, like we'll come and we'll do an analysis and stuff like that, makes you sound like, makes it sound like when we go over there's something scientific going on and they're going to put us through a lab and you're going to be, like
you're going to find someone as friendly as I am, don't worry.
Fantastic. It sounds like it's pretty freaky. So maybe you'd like to walk us through what happens as soon as we get over to Svenson and we open the front door. What's going to be happening for us?
Yeah, the moment you come through the door for Svenson, we have, of course, our trichologist in-house. What they do is that they get you to just register, like very briefly, and they sit you down and they go through like very simple questions, as I was saying, like your age, your medical background, anything that you want to share, genetic reasons, if your dad was bald, or questions like that. And of course, subsequently after that, we will do a scalp analysis with a scope. So from this scope, actually, you could see like how much hair you have lost.
What's
that
that scope
area.
look like? What's that scope? I know it's toys that you play with every day, but we know for us it's pretty foreign to us. So what does the scope look like, and what does it do?
Well, it's actually probably in the shape of like a remote control. Yeah, it's very simple and it's got a lens. So the moment 200 times, so you could see like your dandruff, your follicles, where it's congested, where you have like a lot of dead skin tissue that is blocking your scalp. And also we also have a different test these days, which is called the microinflation test, where we only need 3 strands of your hair, and we will send it to our lab, which is of course a proof lab. And through this lab they can tell the percentage of microinflammation from the root. So from here we can also like advise what are the treatments, more in-depth treatments actually, what else we could do and how else we can actually treat the condition at a faster rate. So generally it's only about half an hour, so it's very simple. And when you do the therapy, it's a very relaxed therapy, so it's nothing scary at all. It's very relaxed. It's about an hour therapy, so you get your scalp done, you get massages.
Massages, fantastic. Double D's excited about it already. There you go.
He's removed his cap already.
He's removed his,
I'll do a free consultation soon after this.
I like it.
It's a very, very relaxing therapy.
It doesn't sound scary anymore.
Not at all,
and a lot of people think it's very scary. Maybe that's what stops a lot of people from going to get early treatment.
It deters people sometimes. Like you say. Well, now that the listeners know about this, so it'll be easy.
But it's good to know that you have that sense of professionalism where you keep everything to there's a good sense of professionalism over there. That's the one that makes it sound scary. But at the same time, it's not really as scary as we think it is, because like you explained over there, that's a simple little process that goes on over there. And then from there you tailor the treatment for the person, and each person is individualized. Fantastic. So
we maximize the treatment and the results as well. And we try to do it at the shortest period possible.
So any bad situation, what's the worst thing you've seen on a head, and then come up with such fantastic results at the end of it?
One of those things that you really do not really want to see, but then it happens. But it's very rare. But then again, you can come in with like a whole head full of like dandruff, and it's hard scale. It's like and it's really hard. You can't even like peel it off. So you have to go through therapy like every other day to soften the scales, and you can actually see result within like about 2 weeks.
And you've done that already,
Yes, we've done that.
It's not only about balding men. It's also about people with scalp problems as well.
Definitely, scalp condition.
And what other scalp conditions are there?
There are 46 different types of scalp condition.
I had to ask. Yes.
But for every scalp condition of this 46 kind, we do have a treatment. Yeah, we do have specific therapy. Yeah, so I mean, anything that you have on your scalp that you are not sure, anything, or even like certain things that you may not find anywhere else, but you find on your scalp, come to us.
That's
right.
We'll you might not find anything anywhere, but you find it on your scalp.
Yeah, it does sometimes. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, it's just that a lot of people, they don't know where to go. So now you do.
Right. If you're walking in Bangsa and you were under those trees over there, you might find different things on your scalp. And
well, still come to us.
Still come to us. You never know what that bird had for lunch, right?
Exactly, because maybe there's an underlying problem, an underlying condition. So you may come with that reason. Then you find that under the scope, once it's enlarged 200 times, so you can see something else.
Okay, let's have a quick do's and don'ts. Okay, for the ladies out there, for their hair, what should they do?
For ladies out there, very important. Yeah, make sure you wash your scalp clean. Yeah, make sure it's clean. Even though if you have long hair, it's difficult to wash, but make sure it's washed every day. You may not be able to do it twice a day. Yeah, but still every day. Yeah,
and what's the correct way of shampooing your hair or washing your hair? Your fingers should be, your fingertips should be touching your...
Yes.
Right.
Without your nails. Don't scratch it with your
Don't
nails.
Scratch it.
It's just like your face. When you wash your face, you wouldn't want to be scratching your face. So it's actually the same thing that applies on your scalp. Yeah. So when you wash, make sure it's thorough. Wash every single inch of your scalp.
And how long is a good shampoo? How long would it be?
I would say like maybe around 2 minutes.
2 minutes non-stop. Yeah, just standing there. Yeah, and turn the water off when you're doing that. You save water. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good message. I shall do that.
You shall do that. Okay. So and then 2 minutes of that, and then rinse it off.
Rinse it off, and if you find that your scalp it's really oily, like after a workout session, you can actually do another round of shampoo. But the second round could be a bit faster. Yeah.
That's right. And what about conditioning? Is it all right to have a 3-in-1? A shampoo. Sorry, a 2-in-1, a shampue and conditioner together, or should
they actually have 3-in-1 these days?
Yeah. What's the 3?
Yeah.
Shampoo.
But never use anything that it's like 2-in-1, 3-in-1, because it's just that when you wash, you need it to be clean. So if you have like any sort of conditioning agent, it may actually not clean well. I mean, even though it may not cause dryness on the hair, but wash it first, clean your scalp, with a proper shampoo, and of course afterwards, use a good conditioner.
Okay, so it's better to go that way.
Yeah, on the hair ends, and then rinse it off. I mean, you don't have to, if you don't have time, don't have to like leave it for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, because the conditioner works already wonders once it's applied on your hair, so you can immediately rinse it off.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fantastic. Okay, so how can people get a lot more information?
Well, they can actually look into our website, like svensonhaircenter.com.my.
Right.
Yeah. That would be probably the easiest way.
That's right. It's hard not to see you guys. You guys are everywhere, and it's so easy to get all the information they need. Yeah. Is there anything special going on now? A special offer or anything like going on at Svenson where they can grab?
Well, just come through to Svenson and get a proper scalp analysis, and I'm sure like our trichologist will be able to explain on the programs and special programs as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And
price, that will be the special. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Here's a lady who came inside the studio saying she was absolutely shy. Look at her. She hasn't stopped talking, and I appreciate you talking so much today.
You've been very kind to me.
Ms. Kim Fong, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to add on before we session over here?
Well, the same important message: clean, clean, clean. Make sure you wash.
That's
and
right.
Of course, control your diet if you can. Like make sure you eat healthy. Good diet, supplements.
What's good diet for hair?
Well, you could take... did I say that correctly? Okay, let me put
rephrase
this in.
that.
Well, I mean, you could like eat like just healthy, like even nasi lemak, for instance. It's got like all the nutrients, like you have nuts, the kacang.
I work with nuts.
Yeah, that's like vitamin. That's like vitamin E to you. Yeah?
Yes.
And even like cucumbers are like the best source of
for hair.
Yes.
I can see the market losing all that cucumber today. Everybody's going to be buying cucumber.
Yeah, so it's really so easy. Like for Asians, like even if like coconut water, like it's the best source of antioxidants. Like you could drink the that like every day.
Right.
I mean, if you look at Hawaiians, they have like beautiful hair, like skin. Yeah, they don't need sunblock. Yeah, coconut water, it's good.
Coconut water, yeah.
So these are easily available in the market.
That's right. Just consume all those kind of products and it'll be good for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Very nice. There you go. Double D, we're going to follow Kim this week and we're going to watch everything that she eats, we eat. We'll do the copycat, you know. She eats this, we eat that. She eats that, we eat this. Yeah? What do you say?
I need to get back to you on that because this weekend is Deepavali, bro.
Why come Deepavali is next
Everything's going to go out the
week?
window. Everything's going to go out the window.
Yeah, the
Mutton,
rendang.
chicken, that's a
I
giveaway.
know.
Yeah?
Pretty much
Oh, it's rasam. I love rasam. I love that.
There's a reason why I saw an IJN mobile unit parked outside Hashiram for a reason.
Miss Kim Fong, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for talking to us. We look forward to hearing from you again.
And Nigel, thank you for having me.
You're
thank
most
you so much.
welcome. Traxx appreciates you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.